Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Dee and this is Dee's Bookish Musings, where I'm sharing my love for reading at my own pace. Y'all, it is fall and I'm feeling so cozy right now. I have been gone for a little bit, but I am back. And so let's go ahead and talk about what I've been reading, what I've been doing. So to be honest with you, because I have still a lot going on, things are looking up, but I've also suffered another loss like a week and a half ago, and that was really challenging and hard. I loved him like my own father. It was unexpected, but I don't know. It's just been a very trying, very trying time. So I thought, you know what, let me go ahead and come back on my channel. I do this as a hobby, and I hope you enjoy my content. Thank you for all who watches my videos and all the new subscribers. I've gotten a few new subscribers. Thank you so much for tuning in. I do hope you enjoy the content I'm bringing here. If you ever want to see anything from me, just let me know. Leave that down in the comment section. So let's talk about some books right now. I haven't been reading a lot, as you might, have expected. However, I have been reading The Titanic Sisters by Patricia Falvey. If you've watched my affordable book haul video that I did, I will also link it up here. I talked about this book. I talked about, or I hauled this book, should I say, from the thrift store for like $1 and I want to say 49 cents or something like that. Really affordable. This is a period piece, and I love period pieces like The Gilded Age. What else? The Boiling Girls, Downton Abbey. I love that type of thing. And so this is pretty much like the Gilded Age and the Gilded time period in the 1920s, about two sisters who are from Ireland. And they live like, they're not poor, but they're not rich either. They work on a farm. One sister, her name is Delia, and the other one is Nora. Something happened tragically with Delia, and she had a twin sister, not a twin sister, I'm sorry, a twin brother. And whatever happened during childbirth, her mom has taken out on her and has resented her whole life for that. And so she treats Nora and Delia very differently. It's very heartbreaking to, hear a mother talk to their child like that, or for a mother not to love, their own child. And so Delia is miserable where she is. She lives a very mundane life. She escapes by reading books. And so one day, Nora, the beloved child of the mother, she gets invitation to go to America to be a governess. And because Delia was kind of jealous, I would say, but not jealous. Not jealous is not the right word, but just kind of like feeling like, why does Nora get all the opportunities? Why can't something like that happen to me? She wanted a different life. I'm not going to say how, but she also gets an opportunity to go to America as well. So both sisters travel on the new Titanic, the boat, first voyage. And we all know what happened to the Titanic. And the premise of the book is Delia ends up stepping into Nora's role as the governess. And the story has taken off from there. So it was a turn, like maybe 3 or 4 chapters into the book, where I was wondering what happened, because that was the question, what happened to Nora, because Delia, she survives and she ends up taking Nora's place. So of course, we all know that something had to happen to her. So I learned what happened to her, which was like a surprise because I wasn't expecting that. And now, it says it on the back of the book, things are coming to haunt Delia because of the lie that she told. And so that's pretty much where I am in the book right now. Like, she hasn't faced any consequences yet, but the truth is out about her. The truth is out, but is a lot of other things to be discovered, especially with the sister. So I'm like well into the book. And I really am enjoying this book. This book, I would say, is sort of like a page turner if I was able to concentrate on reading. I have picked this book up, put it down, picked it up, put it down. But if I was really in the mood to like read, I could see myself binging this or finishing this in 3 or 4 days. But unfortunately, because of life and things like that, I had to put the book down. Not to say it's not good, because it is a good book. I am enjoying this book. And yeah, so that is what I'm reading. Also, I have started Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. I hauled this book in a recent nonfiction haul just recently. I will link it up here. I got this copy from Barnes & Noble or Amazon. I think Amazon. But I've always seen this book in Barnes & Noble, and you know, it's a beautiful man, a black man in his uniform, and I never really read the back of it. I always saw the cover and just, you know, passed it up. But this beautiful man, if you can see in the shadows behind him, that's him when he was 400 pounds, and he is telling his life from going from that into poverty, and living a life that he did not want for himself, into a U.S. Navy SEAL. He was an Air Force tactical air controller. He just went for what he wanted. And so I wanted to read this book because I'm on a fitness journey. And a fitness journey, if you've ever been on a fitness journey, like serious, not like playing around, like serious, like you've committed, you're being consistent, you're doing the workouts, you're spending money. Okay, I'm spending money on a personal trainer. I'm spending money on like cute workout clothes. I know I don't have to, but you know, I'm in the gym and I want to look comfortable. But also, I also go to the thrift store for my workout clothes. I have rarely bought any new like expensive workout clothes, except for the workout bra. Yeah, I gotta have a good bra, so you know I gotta spend some money for a good bra. But anyway, all that to say, you know how hard it is if you have committed yourself to anything. It doesn't have to be fitness. It could be anything. Going back to get your degree or something like that, it's a commitment. And so he committed. That's what he did. And that's why I chose to read this book during this time, because I need some motivation. Because even though I'm going through things, like, I'm sorry the lighting is bad, okay, because it's a cozy day. It's kind of bright outside, but the way I have my camera positioned, let me see if I can fix that right quick, because I see that it is dark. Okay, I think that's a little better. Anyway, so I'm really enjoying reading his story right now as I'm going through my own personal journey and committing to something that's important to me. So I chose to read this. Now, I do have some books right here. Now, this is not a haul. These, because I said that I was done buying books, and truly I'm done buying books, but I'm not on a book buying ban. So if I do see a book here and there, I will pick it up. But I'm not like going out spending tons of money on books like I have recently done in the last 3 months. These books right here came in like shortly after I did that video. Because I forgot I ordered them from Thrift Books. And so I'm just going to show you these books, okay? So, okay, this book is An Extraordinary Union by Alyssa Cole. I have read one book from Alyssa Cole that I loved. I keep talking about that one book. It's a romance, actually. And I am very, very particular about romances. I have just read my first Kennedy Ryan, and I did think that book was a good book. It was good. But it was a little bit, I don't like spice like that. I'm learning that I don't mind spice, but I don't like vulgar type specific spice. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to know what's dripping down your leg. I don't like that part. I like romances with substance too, but not so heavy, just a little too heavy. And so, yeah. Alyssa Cole, she writes or dabbles in a little bit of everything. I know she's dabbling in thrillers too, but this is a historical romance. I actually had these books years and years ago when I first got back into reading, but never read them, so I just unhauled them. But then I started thinking about them again, and so I bought this one, An Extraordinary Union. Alyssa Cole is a 3-book series. This one is in pretty decent condition. This is what it looks like. I didn't pay $9.69 for it. I have to take that off. I paid little money for that book. And then I have The Living is Easy, a novel by Dorothy West. It's in pretty good condition, and I did put all these books in the freezer. I did get that tip from Charnel by Charnel. I forgot her handle, but her name is Charnel. I also spray Lysol spray and you wipe down the books too. But anyway, it's in good condition. This is by Dorothy West. I don't think I have any books other than the ones I just bought from her, but this is her on the back. So I guess, when did she write this book? I guess that's her, right? Dorothy West, yeah. Okay, so it says Dorothy West shared the coveted opportunity short story prize with Zora Neale Hurston in 1927, and later moved to New York when she became the youngest of the writers associated with the Harlem Renaissance. So she's part of the Harlem Renaissance, you guys. So I went ahead and picked this one up by Dorothy West. Then I picked up The Neighbors, or Neighbors and Other Stories by Diane Oliver, with an introduction by Tayari Jones. So this one is in really good condition, you know, other than a few like creases on the back. It came in good condition. I paid no money for these books. These are short stories, and I heard good things about this, so I wanted to pick that one up. And then I think this is book number 2, A Hope Divided by Alyssa Cole. This one is in okay condition. It's not in the best condition, but it's not in the worst condition either. So that is book number 2 of the Loyalty. I want to say this is the Loyalty series. And I do have book number 3. I think I already put it on my shelf. The next book also is by Dorothy West, The Wedding. I actually saw this book several months ago when I did that bookstore vlog. I will link that one up here if I can find it. And this one was sitting on the shelf, but it was around that time that I had no business being in a bookstore because I was on a book buying ban. I didn't buy anything, but I saw this one and I should have bought it then, but I didn't. Anyway, I got it for a good deal on Thrift Books. This one, you know, is in good condition. You know, it's an older book. I don't mind the burnished. I call these edges burnished. I actually like that. I don't mind that. Good condition, so paid little to no money for this one. And then this is the only one that I will be sending back to Thrift Books. They probably don't want the book back, but they're going to replace it because they said this was in good new condition or almost new condition. Look, it looks like it's chewed up at the edges. Yeah, so Beverly Jenkins, A Second Helping. I think this is book number 2 in the Blessing series. I will be getting all 10 books eventually, but, you know, don't want to spend all the coins right in one go, right? Okay. All right. So those are the books that I got recently that I did not share with you all. I'm going to next show you my book shelf setup because I did a video before I left. And then if you remember, my footage got destroyed. I had to delete my footage because the editing software was taking up all of my memory on my phone, causing me not to be able to send text messages, read email, nothing. I couldn't do anything. I had deleted all the apps that I could think of, but the editing software was the app that was taking up the storage. So I had to delete that and delete my membership. So I did find a new app for editing. It's called InShot. I'm trying that out. So far, so good. It's not perfect, but it is free. Okay, it is free. So I say that to say I want to show you my bookshelf setup because I did like a short a couple of months ago and I never got back to the actual video because it got deleted. But anyway, let me show you that. Here is my setup. Look, this is real life. Don't judge me, okay? But I'm going to tell you what I did with the bookshelves. So as you can see, this shelf right here, was over here, like by the window. I bought no, this is not the new shelf. This is the shelf that I had. So this one did not move. This shelf has always been in the corner. But I did get this plant from my office because it was not doing well. And I put it here by the window. And you can see that it's doing very, very well. And what I decided to do, I arranged my shelves by alphabet. So this one is Britt Bennett, B, Nicole Blades. This is by alphabet. I wanted to do it by alphabet, so that's what I did. And it goes all the way down. I do have some space down here for books, and these are like my Harlem Renaissance, my 90s authors, with the exception of the 3 books on the end because I didn't have anywhere to put those. Yeah, so I say that because I probably need to put these on my book cart. All right, so let's talk about my bookshelf here. I decided to keep all of my nonfiction here. Yes, this is by alphabet, starting with one of my favorite books, Viola Davis, Finding Me. I need to reread that at some point because it was so good. I need to read King. I really do want to read King. Let me take this book out because this is a Malcolm X. I've read this. I need to reread that one. The Sun Doesn't Shine. One of my favorite books. The Sun Does Shine. One of my favorite books. I think I saw a movie on Netflix. It's called Just Mercy. And I think it may be about his case, Anthony Hinton's case. Yeah, so I want to watch that. Then we've got Jennifer Lewis that I've read. I haven't yet to read Michelle Obama's book. I need to read this book, y'all, The Color of Law. I think this is very important, okay? I've had it for so long. I just need to read these books. Nonfiction is my thing. Like Black history is my thing, but I'm just never in the mood to read them, but I just know I need to. I've got her book, Cicely Tyson. She just recently passed. I need to get to. And then Kerry Washington. I like Kerry Washington. I need to read that one too. Then we've got, I said it was in alphabetical order by hardback, but then we've got my paperbacks that I had to put somewhere. And so we've got James. These are not, though, in alphabetical order. So I will be putting these in alphabetical order. Let me do that right now since I'm already filming. Okay, so M, take that off. Henson, let's leave that right there. Chisholm. Okay, I've got a paperback of Viola. Then I had to get the hardback because I loved it so much. W.E.D. Du Bois. Okay. Never Caught. This was good too. Judge J. Harriet Tubman. The Panther and the Lash. Hughes. Okay, it goes. Yeah. Let me see. Who wrote this one? Harriet Jacobs. So that goes here. And this is Liddell. So this one goes here. And then Audre Lorde. All right, then we have The Color of Water, McBride. Okay. So down here we've got like starting with African American history through here. And then right here are all like self-help books right here. And so I'm gonna leave that right there. So that's my setup. And then I've got a plant. I don't remember the name of this plant, but it was, yeah, it wasn't doing good. I had this one outside for a while. It was not doing good, but it's doing okay right here. And I've got this little thing so it can get some light. And then for the fall, I've got this little cute pumpkin and this candle I bought for the fall as well, Autumn Forest. And I've just got it right here, my bookmarks and a pen. And of course, I've got my fig tree. My fig tree, if you've been watching my videos, it may look a little bald and skinny because all the leaves fell off. Y'all, I did my best, but these are hanging on. These ones are hanging on. It's very, very particular. You can't overwater it. I wasn't doing that. And I feel like it was getting enough sun. So they're very fickle. Fiddle leaf trees are very, very fickle. So that's what this space is looking like right here. I had my bathroom door open, so I had to close that before I came over here. Anyway, so we've got my girl, Miss Raccoon, sitting up here looking cute as ever. My fall raccoon. Then I've got Beverly Jenkins books here. I need to get back into her books. I love her books, my girl. Then I've got classics right here, just 3 classics. Little space for one more. Then starting from the personal librarian is in alphabetical order of last name again, and it's historical fiction, mostly contemporary fiction though over here, women's fiction type books. So I have that here. So I'm not gonna take you in my office to show those books because those are just like romance books and thrillers or whatever. And honestly, I don't really read off of that bookshelf very often, but I am in the mood for some thrillers. So I was looking at that today. This is another storage thing that I have of more books, y'all, more and more books. Yeah, as you can see, I am running out of space. So these books right here, I want to read soon. All the books I put right here are the books that I'm prioritizing fast. I want to read that one. And then I've got They Were Her Property, Topaz by Beverly Jenkins, Hours, Black AF, Bring On the Blessings I got from Thrift Books, book number 1, I think. And then here is, I was looking for this book. Here is An Unconditional Freedom, Alyssa Cole, book number, well, this book was going for $1.09 at some point. This is book number 3 in the Loyalty League series that I just showed. Yeah, so I just put that one right there. Yeah, so this is the best I can do, right? Best I can do. And it's out of the way, out of sight. Close that up. Continue on.